bit before as well with Def and Surreal, like you mentioned, but also Android. That's going to be playing. So apparently, that's okay. Who it was. So yeah, this is
Fennec's actual name.
Exactly.
Right? We saw Android. That's what we were like. Who the hell's Fennec? Okay, so he's Android. We did cast him. Android. That's absolutely right. That makes a lot more sense.
You made fun of the name the entire time.
That's true. Now it all comes back to me. While we do get into this one, it'll be Whitmer towards B. He's actually joined by a teammate as well. We're going to be going. This is the fake. We can see the bombs actually towards Palace. They're trying to find a kill here. Running past the CT though, not going to work out. But they will be making their way to the A side.
Whitmer's another one that says IWNL on it. We're finding them all. They're coming out eventually. Def inside of the site with bomb down. Does get taken by Semphis though. Despite that though, Fennec does find the shot onto Sick. They still have one man down, the man advantage on the CT side, but that fake worked on the B site. Surreal gets one more. Fennec's going to get back into FNS as well, but suddenly it still versus a 2 situation for Android. Fennec, I'm going to get confused by this. Let's pick it right now.
Let's just go with Android.
Android it is. Semphis and Twist trying to play off this together. No kit in the hands and low HP. He's got this. He's easily got this. 11 HP for Android himself, but he can face this as he wants. He can. It's already done.
Yep, he can't defuse now. No kits, and it looked like a very promising round there for TSM. But Android, the new boy, we assume, we're not really sure what the situation is with him. But he's going to be winning them the round. 3 kills with him, and a decent little fake there from Complexity, going towards B, taking a lot of the presence away from the A bomb side. They make their way in, find the initial kill. The TSM with a very decent retake there. It comes down to Android stepping in massively, and we go into round number 2. TSM now looking like they will be forcing into this. It's going to be Sick, FNS, and Automatic with the CZs. And Semphis, of course, he's the AWPer. He will not be investing into this match. He's just got a PT-50, no armor. And we'll have a look what the approach is from the Terrace here. Actually going to be committing 3 players towards the A side of the map. 1 towards Palace, and they're doing pretty much a mirror of what we saw in the pistol. So 2 players in towards the B apartments, looking for that aggro. I guess those are going to be the Mac 10 players. And there is Esgu Sanks with that UMP. He opens things up, and now the rest of his teammates will be going in for the rotation kills. There we go.
Android already by the sandwich is going to push in past that smoke. That'll actually conceal him. Get him in behind the CT player. There's still one alive on the side. It's FNS. Oddly enough, was the first to be confronted and the last to die. That was a pretty straightforward round.
Can we bring on the scoreboard, please, if anyone's there?
I'm curious about Def's ping.
Yes, so 126. I just wanted to confirm what he's playing on. So 126. So that basically...
I like how you asked if anyone was there.
Well, I just wanted to make sure Yanko obviously was moving out the room. I want to see if he's set up yet. The thing is, right, so when you're AWPing that ping, that's like, you can feel like almost a half-second delay when you're shooting the AWP and like actually getting the kill. It's a really weird sensation when you're playing with over 100 ping. It's very difficult to actually handle, but you know, sometimes players can't handle it, and we saw it, like we said, Splice taking advantage of that from London the other day. This round should be a complete runaway for Complexity here. It's Def with that large ping, but Automatic running through to spawn now as well, doing a bit of damage towards Sick, and now he's got all the presence. They probably can rotate back.
I wonder if he just goes SMG all night now.
Run and gun, definitely the way to go,
exactly.
I would say. P90s, UMPs, Tech 9s, save the money, drop some AKs for your teammates.
Why not? Good position for him now as well. On top of the shelving unit, going to try and spot them when they walk in toward the convenience store. New call. New meta. Sick going to wait. They just want exit kills at this point in time. Bomb already down. They know the situation. They know there's nothing that they can do. They'll bring the guns out next time no matter what. But if they could pick up a few from Charity, it would be not the worst situation for them, to be honest.
Well, just those PT-50s waiting for the exits here, but it's not even worth Complexity going for these kills right now. They can just exit, let the bomb explode, stay alive.
Yeah, well, that's 3 SMGs. If they go down to those, they're going to give up a lot of money as well.
Yeah. Ooh, okay, Sick did find one. It's going to be Android finding the next. So he's got 12. He said he's the player who's going to be on the AWP almost certainly next round. And actually, Twist finding out. It's going to be a pretty convincing case for them. It's not the SMGs finding the kills here, so doesn't get the cash injection from that, but Sick, the last player remaining, he won't find anything for his USP there. We go into the first gun round here. As I mentioned, Semphis back on the AWP. We can see Complexity actually upgrading pretty heavily here. They're going to have Android coming in. He drops an AWP over as well, so Whitmer will be purchasing that weapon. Oh no, he actually was the one purchasing. You can see Android actually has 7k left over, so here we go then. Semphis. Difficult round for the CTs. You can see the lack of utility and defuse kits. It's going to be that boost we saw a couple of times through the night. Yesterday, Semphis going towards underpass there, finding towards death, and a double as well. Lovely stuff here. Wrapping things up. Just needs to stay alive now. I don't know why he's staying. Why would you want to give your kill away after this? You've won the round, but there we go.
Smart to get away finally.
Yeah.
A little bit overcommitted on that face. Twist is going to get himself up on top of the corner inside of B site. That gives him an early read. Can't quite see Catwalk from that position, so perhaps why they're looking to bring automatic over as well. Bombs out toward middle. They have taken the underpass late. Sempis going to fade back with that AWP. No one's really going to watch the top of connector right now because FNS inside of the site. He's trying to play with Sick, who's underneath the shadow. But Sempis should hear that. Yeah, he definitely is. He's inside of the window room right now, in fact. So they'll get a read that they're trying to put some more mid pressure on.
Yeah, they're just looking for a pick right now. Complexity seeing there's any options here. All three players towards middle. You'd assume maybe boost one up towards window, then go for connector, see if you can find a kill in that sense. And we'll see how it works out for them. It is a 5-on-3 still. They have done a little bit of damage to Sempis, but actually opting to go to the short here. So maybe Sanks is the decoy, as it were, trying to find a pick towards A and protect his teammates as they go towards short. But we'll see how this unfolds with 30 seconds remaining.
Twist. Decent position inside B, but it's going to actually be coming his way from Catwalk. Spots up the first, sprays down two potentially, nearly gets tagged up by Surreal, but gets away with it, and Sanks will fall all by his lonesome over toward A.
Very nice stuff there. It's all down to Sempis opening things up, and as I said,
Double up.
Needed to stay alive in that situation. Had he a drop, that could have been pretty problematic for TSM, but they kept all 5 players alive as well. That's very important considering how much up against it they were in that first gun round there. But Complexity still had tons of cash going into this, so they will be buying, of course. It's going to be 3-1, still in their favour, but this is a big one. 5 AKs, no orbs here. Not so aggressive. Those shots through the smoke. And as you said, yes, double orb setup, automatic joining him as well.
Yeah, they picked that up at the end of the round from Sanks. We could have elected to try and save that, but it was already committed to the top of connector at the time. Bomb going to be dropped intentionally outside of A. And a push toward underpass. 2 already working up middle, including Sanks this time. Def has gone toward the AK this time.
Yep, no Mac 10 this time, seeing what he can do with that massive thing. It's going to be the terrorist going for the mid control right now. The bomb is towards the A ramp for now, so presumably similar to what we saw in the pistol, you can see players towards the B apartments. It's going to be Surreal and Whitmer just holding up, waiting for the smoke to dissipate and trying to work a pick potentially, but it's going to be automatic with that AWP. Surely going to lock them down. Twist, a very strong player, and he gets one step. Joins in as well. Great work there from Twist. That should be the round secured here. Sanks does get one towards automatic, but that should be secured at this point. There's something still to play for here as Android finds a kill on towards Twist. 3-on-2 still, and Sanks with a decent position. The B bomb site actually open for the bomb to go down.
Sanks going to watch this angle as well. In toward the checker room, spots up the first on Sick, has the position to shuffle over as well as the bomb's going to get planted on that pick alone. That's enough to give them security, and Sanks still play off the sound on this. He's actually got behind him. This should be 2 quick ones for him. He does respond, FNS though. And it is now the 1-on-1 for TSM. Picking this up after winning the first gun round, but this one much closer. He gets the headshot, grabs the AWP, and lots of time to defuse.
What was that? Well, I think it was a 5-on-2 at one point, maybe a 5-on-3, but still, it's going to be complexity getting the bomb down and taking down 4 players with them. That would look like a very comfortable round for TSM. They haven't really stabilised the money yet, so still, that does apply a lot of pressure to them going forward. It was actually quite topical. All those initial kills, Twist found 2, and then it seemed like they just kept wanting to apply pressure. They didn't want to stop facing, they didn't want to wait for the terrorists to make the next move. They wanted to finish that off as quickly as possible, but they still haven't broken the terrorist economy, and why I would keep force buying as a terrorist as well. You know, the CTs haven't really got everything under full control yet, but we'll see what kind of buy they are bringing into this one. It's going to be complexity with, I think I saw 2 Tech 9s there, yeah. So 2 Tech 9s, 3 AKs. Still is a pretty strong margin. He's not double orb anymore, but still, let them know they can really break them if they win this one. So it'll be a fast play towards the B side.
Shot on from Sempis. Second one as well. It just falls into his crosshair. Twist picks up 2 in the meantime, and together, despite Twist going down, they will collect everyone walking into the B site, or trying to walk, run, jaunt into the B site. Gallop. Prance.
All of that stuff.
Dance.
Like a prince.
Skip.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I know you like princes right now.
Most overpowered thing in Clash Royale.
We go into this random percent.
That game sucks, by the way.
I know. Keep playing it though.
Nothing else to do in my life right now.
Complexity on pretty much a full eco. Smoke, flashbangs, and they've got Tech 9s and PT50s just going to be bursting out. Looks like a contact play on towards the A side. Smoke does get dropped. Just going to be trying to plant the bomb here. And they've got a very tall order, but that's actually a great start though. That's the next start position. Going down to Sick. It does get joined by Sempis as well, but they actually get the kills here. This is actually an advantage almost for the terrorists as they salvage a couple of rifles as well. Bomb will be planted, and the CT smoked out for now. Twist on an MP7, so he's going to have a difficult time to take it.
firebox, though. Well-placed Molotov. Couldn't even try and shuffle out to find a headshot position.
Wow. Looked like convincing case out of complexity. Like I said, they didn't really invest anything. I think it was one smoke and a flashbang. FNS put down the open after the flash came in. They found that initial kill, took down Semphis as well. And bomb planted 2-on-2. Could have gone either way considering they had the rifles, but lost the Angels. It's going to be round number 8. Complexity's money balancing now, but TSM needs to be careful here. They're not having very convincing rounds against these 4/eco buys as well. We're going to round 8. Or back and towards Semphis. He has been pretty strong so far, hitting some key shots, knocking them down and actually making their way to the bomb sites here. And it's looking like an A split potentially here from Complexity. 3 players towards the A side of the map, really smoking up towards Connector and the steps. And then we're trying to allow their teammates to come in that area. We can see an aggressive stance here from the CTs. One player off towards short, that's Semphis. Spotting towards top and middle. Just get flashed in time, though.
He doesn't know he's crossed. Oh, but Def can't hit the shot. Perhaps the ping, perhaps just a little bit worried that the AWP would track him down if he didn't hit it on the first bullet and doesn't commit to the peak. But Six going to try and get a little bit closer up toward the Palace right now. And Whitmer says he will never lose. Free Brax. There it is. See? He even has free Brax in there now.
All
the leader of the club is behind bars.
Looking like an A execute coming in right now. We've got 4 players and one of the terrorists watching for the flanks as well. It will be a full execution. He's left 3 smokes and Molotovs. They assume this will be towards CD spawn, jungle steps. Try and force themselves in with the flashbangs, and here comes the play.
Sick. Head down, face the ground, make sure no flashes catch him off. Finds Surreal, but trade it out. Will they expect a finesse, though? One shot for him. One above, doesn't see him yet. Nearly does. It almost gets to 30. Collects it with a headshot. That was quite, I don't know, what's the word I want to use? Sexy from FNS? I feel like we're using that a little bit too much. It was a little bit sloppy almost, but it worked.
They should have been checking that, to be honest.
Yep.
There's no real reason not to check Sandwich. It's a very common position. Obviously, a lot going on in those executions, but if you are executing correctly, how it should be, that position has got to be checked. That's got to be he should be getting 1 frag there. He's been very lucky to actually get 3. That's kind of nuts. But still, TSM now, after going 3-0 down, that's 5 in a row for them. Looking incredibly strong now. That's going to be maximum loss bonus, of course, for competitors. They can still buy him 5 AKs. Not the most utility. Semphis, I thought he was going to pull the trigger there. Potentially had 2, but going to be just holding out, looking for any boots coming in from underpass here. And once again, coming in with a sick or a nice aggressive play there. Gets the first kill into Surreal, one of the UK boys. Will be taken down, and now 5 and 4. Semphis looking towards middle, doesn't spot the players coming in beneath him. Somehow kills him there. This is just brutal now for Complexity. Wrecked at every sector of the map. This is a nice play from TSM. They're mixing things up. They're expecting a change of pace for Complexity. It's Sick that goes up towards that Palace area, finds the first kill, and funnels the terrorists to make their next move towards middle. And Semphis, although somehow I don't know how he survived. I think they were facing him for about 2 or 3 seconds before he actually had to shoot. And he picks up a couple and finishes things off. So we should see a Complexity eco here. They can do definitely a partial / quasi-buy, whichever way you prefer to say. I think they go partial buy these days.
Just, yeah, Quasimodo. Yeah. Hunchback.
Well then. Oh,
that's 4.
Regardless, gets the kill.
It's 2, yeah, even better. Still 6 going to take down Depth, and now things starting to roll for TSM. Good shot from Android with 1 deagle, but bomb down. Last alive, Whitmer stuck inside of Tetris, and unfortunately he didn't have the square, the 4 long piece to make the Tetris play. And move out 4 lines of players.
Do you know what the actual term Tetris means in that game?
No.
So when you have the long line, it's like I think that's 4 or 5 units.
Yeah, you knock them all out at once.
Yeah, so you
that's Tetris.
That's a Tetris.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I thought that you were going to give me some like legitimate lexicon meaning for the word.
No. That's the actual. That's what it is.
Yeah. It's like Yahtzee. It's like the game itself is called Yahtzee, but it's when you get the 5 5s or whatever it is. I don't know how it works. My dad likes that game. He's old.
Got a Game Boy, has he?
No, Yahtzee he plays on
I thought you meant
coffee table.
I thought you meant Tetris.
Oh no, Tetris is why I started doing poor in math class actually.
Right. Okay.
Once I realized my TI-83 could have that installed into it, yeah, that's when the problems began.
7-3 now, Complexity. In a deficit after winning the pistol. It's going to be Whitman back on towards the AWP. They have got 4 AKs, of course, the maximum loss bonus. No bombs going down, but they do rack up in the end. Different stance this time. The bomb is towards a ramp. He will be joined by a teammate as well, but they're going to be holding up, essentially presenting a fake towards the B side here. There's going to be 3 players towards that side of the map. That's the AWP from Semphis. We'll see where he's positioned. He's normally towards middle or short. Nothing really happening right now. Everyone's just holding up and hoping. It's going to be Terrace not dropping in. Twist in a great position to take him down. It's behind that smoke, getting backed up and more automatic as well. This is the fake. It's not really very convincing. You need a bit of fake. You need to actually go.
Really not.
Yeah, if you're just throwing a smoke and a Molotov, it's not going to pull anyone away.
Well, I would have thought that smoke and Molotov would have allowed. That actually is a decent setup for the start of one, but you don't even show yourself on it. It becomes pretty obvious. Good play from Android. But Sick is still inside the site, and he and FNS have had easy work shutting this down. Another good shot. So Android's been stepping up tonight. Finnick's been playing well, but Semphis is going to find him with the AWP, and now it's 8-3. Complexity only with the guns. Excuse me, the rounds after the pistol when they had guns.
So let's think about this. You've got the cool. We need to do a B fake here, guys. So we've got to do the B fake. What's the B fake we do? Okay, you know it's the one when we do a smoke at the end of the apartments and we just throw a Molotov and we run back away. That doesn't work as a fake. You need to be like committed players with an idea to actually have an exit strategy. You commit them in, you flash over, you try and find a kill, you have the exchanges, you maybe get a 1-for-1, then they can push off towards short or go towards kitchen and pincer. That's how the fake should be going. You can't just throw a smoke and a Molotov and hope that's going to do anything. You just it's just restricting your teammates towards A. They're going in with less numbers at that point. You haven't pulled anyone away, and you're just giving them a 5-on-3.
We're going to play the same position toward A. Sick this time where FNS was. They check it, but it's still a spray down. How did they let that happen? Sanks gets one in return, and now Surreal gives them the man advantage, but damage is done. Sanks on 24, Surreal on 25, and a rotation coming from Twist. Smoke out. They won't peek through that flash. Just buys more time because it's dissipating, and that does give them the split second required to put the bomb down, but Twist is going to close off too easily on the two inside of the site. It's just Whitmer left inside of the palace.
Yeah, it's smoked out now. He's absolutely done for. Man alive. Why are you not checking sandwich? I have no idea. This is actually...
Even just Molotov.
It's actually making me tilt a little bit as watching it. Like, you've got to... After you get wrecked by FNS, of all people, in that position, and you don't even kill him, surely check it, and the next time you go with the execute, and... Man, I don't even know what to tell you, that's just horrible. But still, TSM looking very strong. They're actually having decent crossfires and making sure they get the refrags. There's 3-on-2 there. Like you said, Complexity on low HP, couldn't really do much with holding on to the site. It was Whitmer in the palace. Once that smoke goes down, he has no option but to face, runs out, hopes for the best, gets taken down. So clever play from TSM, but that's now 9 rounds in a row for them. I feel like this game's over. I think Complexity were lucky to get the pistol. Doesn't seem they've got much else going on. They're going for the fast A play here. It's actually more defensive play this time from TSM, so they could have a good opportunity to actually get on the site. They get the initial kills as well. Oh, great shot from them. Okay, this is better.
FNS up on top of the stairwell, does spray into depth, but can't get the full kill onto him. It's 14 HP he's got to work with. 4 versus 2, this one they have to win. Bomb down the A site. FNS going to try and walk back up over top to see the top of Sandwich, but he'll check it. It's funny how they didn't do it the other way this time, last time, but... Surreal still out toward A main, time ticking, kits on both. Single flashbang for FNS, but Surreal's going to deploy his first. That'll go just beyond FNS's position, but he tries to pre-fire the corner. Down he goes, it's on to Twist. We've seen him pull off something pretty crazy in the last few days, but this time, not much escape, and Surreal watching it. He'll get caught in transition.
TSM changing their setup a little bit there. I think after having such strong arms on the A bomb side for so many rounds, it's justified to change things up. They're saying, oh, they're obviously going to try B or maybe go towards mid this time. Let's run a different setup. Obviously, Complexity just went for the fast A approach. Only found one CT there and then found the rotating frags as well. So good aim from them. Whitmer coming to life there with some decent AK shots, and they managed to hold on. Decent positions in the post-plant situation as well. So another fake coming in here by the looks of things from Complexity. I don't mind this one too much. You can see 3 players will be doing the full smoke execute. Looks like they're doing them pretty quickly as well. The bombs towards the B apartment. So this is where we need to see what the methodology is going forward. You need to show presence. You need to be finding kills. Someone needs to do something, which it looks like they are committing. So this could be enough. They need to find at least 1 frag before they focus towards B. You can see there are still 2 CTs towards B right now. That's automatic and twist. So far, not selling anything.
Selling headstones, Henry?
Maybe, or caskets.
Caskets. Death, flash time works, but pistols can't kill. AWP will from Semphis. FNS takes down Android. This actually is a fair trade, but the problem is now that they are starting to put pressure on B, Twist is already looking to rotate away, and he's come back now. They made the call. A rotation in toward the vent room from Automatic tells Twist he's likely going to have company, and Automatic's been quiet. He's the rotation player, but great play from Twist again to drop the bomb. Now he's got to be loud, but caught by Surreal. And FNS nowhere near to be able to deny this bomb plant this time. The problem is that Sanks is so far away. If he gets this kill right away on the Surreal, who's very low, he could just hold this. He could just defuse it right now.
Yeah, he could do.
I don't think he's aware of it, though, but he could easily just get on this. Okay, now he's going to hold this inside the smoke. This is done. It's over. There's nothing they can do.
Is he defusing? I don't see the boss.
Okay, that was a glitch for us, obviously.
Okay. Well, it was actually a pretty good approach from Complexity. Like I said, they needed to get some frags there and force a rotation. And Twist was just leaving the B-bomb site. It looked like it worked out pretty nicely there. And unfortunately, Sanks, I'm not sure if he was daydreaming or waiting for the last player to move. I don't know. But he gets caught towards T-spawn as the bomb's planted. And in that situation, I didn't catch a timer what it was on towards the end. Maybe it wasn't enough time to wait for his rotation. And we can see Surreal was very low HP indeed, but it's going to be number 15 here. TSM looking to increase their victory to 11. It'll be a fast player to short. He's in position here. Towards automatic, though. Nice spray down towards short. Does a ton of damage on towards Surreal. And now it's up to Twist, one of the strongest players on the TSM lineup. See what he can deliver here. Got one, got the bomb. Can't get two, though. So it should be around, surely, an opportunity for Complexity, but there's only 2 players remaining. As well. Do smoke towards Kitchen, and FNS pushing through.
He's going to push that smoke very quick as well, so Sank's not ready for it. Then drops bomb down, Surreal last alive, 11-4. Pretty straightforward half from TSM.
Yes.
It's not going to cut to us. You can look pretty all you like, Henry, but don't worry about it.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. You never
Do
know.
you know that I have a very similar colored cardigan that we should wear them together some night.
I don't have enough cardigans. I realised when I found this in my house.
I used to have 7.
I went into my parents' house this week to get my old clothes and stuff, and I forgot I even had these. And I was very happy to find my wardrobe again. So look out for more cardigans coming in 2016.
Shoot me now. Nah, just kidding. I actually really like cardigans.
Good. I've got a few now.
I do. That said, 11-4, the only gun. They get 1 round. They get 1 round, which finally they got a post plant that was favorable, but they got 3 after pistol. That's it. It was pretty abysmal. And
the pistol they shouldn't have even won. That was when that's when Android got a 3-on-1 situation. He played very well, to be fair, but it wasn't like it was a clean cut tactic that won in the round. So Complexity completely out of their depth here. It looks like they seem like. Obviously, we have to be a little bit forgiving with him. Def is playing from the UK. He's one of their strongest fraggers. And he's got a 130 ping or something, so I'm a little bit forgiving, but their basic approach in terms of the tactics and the ways they were setting some of their fakes was a bit out there, I have to say, and only getting 1 gun round is pretty abysmal, but, you know, it's we're warming up, I guess. It's the first map of the series. They're going to the second half now. Complexity, obviously on the CT side, 4 sets of armor, and Def going aggressive towards top middle. This is audacious considering his handicap with the ping, but it looks like he gets an opportunity here. He's very good at these moments. He's one of their strongest players, as I said, but not going to be working out this time. Semphis takes him down, and it's going to be 5-on-4 now.
Oh! That was 2 of them from Whitmer. How sick was that? Round suddenly back in the hands of Complexity. 6 got a 1 versus 3, and Whitmer. All right, he hits the hard shots. This one a little bit easier. Go for it. Go for it. Yo, Whitmer! What a round. That was sick. That was nutty. I want to see the replay on that.
That was those 2 shots he got towards middle. That was insane. Lovely stuff. So Complexity take the second pistol as well. Force buy coming in from TSM. They will be getting Tech 9s and Deagles. And Semphis joining in as well. So eventually not going to be running the.
We're not getting it. What is Adam doing? We didn't get a replay. Adam's
I think we get the replays after the game.
No, they're right here.
Do they?
Yeah, Adam's dead to me. It's okay.
Well then.
I'll remember this. Semphis and 6 going to work together, top and middle. That Deagle gets quite ominous in that position when Sanks faces that long and goes down to 42. You'd expect it would just, be that unlucky situation where Sanks overcommits. But it is going to be now a set for 4 inside of middle. 1 player at Palace, that's automatic. And a boost from the Tech 9. Not going to jump all the way through, just sit on the ledge outside of the window. A crafty little position. Now that the smoke's there, he'll use that to conceal his entry. And Sanks is looming. He's still on the right side behind that smoke. He's going to go toward jungle now as well. Semphis should get the read on this. Gets the shot on it as well. The Deagle does haunt him down in the end, but Def's there with the UMP. And Twist's going to be spotted up from Catwalk. Means he's low on HP, but still finds the kill. Android's going to be outnumbered here. But he has the distance game to play with this FAMAS.
Yeah, it definitely has a huge advantage in that sense. Decent position here. And you can see 2 players are going to be low. It's FNS and Twist on +20. 20. And now Android's position is given away. Surely he could have found the still though. Oh, there it is. Gets a shot towards Twist. And now this should be a round for Complexity. Pretty simple procedure at this point. Just don't need to make any mistakes and it'll be okay. That's easier said than done. As there's the first. FNS takes down Whitmer towards short. And they're going to be smoked off now. And so we're getting the kill on towards Matic.
30 seconds. He's going to commit to this. That's bold.
This one's going to plant. The money is more important at this point.
Win it. Win it. I dare you, FNS. Oh, that could have given him a chance, but now they know exactly where he is. Both players going to face, and I'm afraid there's not much he could do with 7 HP once they both commit.
Yeah, had he found that kill on ticket booth, it was a little bit of sloppy aim, I have to say, but had he got that kill, could have got a little bit interesting considering the smoke was there as well. But he got the bomb down, that was the main objective. It was a 2-on-1, very unlikely he was going to win with the weapon and the circumstance, but gets cash for the next round. They'll probably would do a full eco this time, and the bomb helps them by into the next. Complexity now, we lose 3 players, just kind of balancing the books in terms of spreading the economy around, dropping some weapons over. They know they're going against pretty much nothing this round, so, oh, okay, no, it's going to be a little partial buy coming in. I thought they would keep themselves completely clear for orbs and a full utility, but, you know, P250's Tech 9's body armor, and some smoke and flashes as well, going to be doing a heavy B approach here as well. Here we go, this could get interesting.
We're going to fade. Find a better angle. They're well inside the site, and he's unfortunately caught in the middle of nowhere as Finesse finds the kill. Smokes go off in toward the checker room as well. And Finesse picking up a gun has to try and use this perfectly. It is the silenced M4, so has a chance inside this smoke to stay a little bit more sly, I guess he could use on it, but Death's already got the flank. He's going to take down FNS immediately from the balcony side.
Yeah, round secure. Bomb when we're getting planted either, but automatically in a decent position. He gets 1. Still Sanks on 6 HP, so he just found this kill. We've definitely got an option here, but that's a poor smoke as well, so yeah.
The thing is, the poor smoke is automatic's not going to push through it.
What if he smokes? They're giving him a little path to actually get the bomb.
That's ridiculous. The second one makes no sense. The first one actually, like, risky, so it's not likely he's going to push it anyway, but the second one was a bit silly.
Yeah, well, they managed to recover the round, so it's okay, like you said. So we go into round number 19, the first real gun round here. As I said, the terrorists with that force buy, well, it wasn't force buy, the partial buy, they could have actually had Molotovs, flashbangs, HEs, everything, and they could have actually gone for really strong execution here. That limited them a little bit, didn't get the bomb down. So they're going to have, they do have the smokes, but no Molotovs going to be very important, but I like this from Complexity. Changing things up in the first gun round, you go for this aggressive play, and shut down potentially weaker terrorists. Definitely won't have an AWP, so let's see how this goes down for them. Actually 3 CTs committed here, and the problem is, there are 3 terrorists in towards that palace area. It looks like they're acting quickly as well, so they need to start rotating right now. It's going to be Whitmer watching for them. Hits the first shot, though, so that's the first line of defense down from the terrorists. And the second dropping as well. Sick. Going to burn alive. It's surreal.
FNS and automatic. So go to 11-8. Suddenly it becomes a closer game than you might have expected, considering how poor the performance was from Complexity on their T side. It's going to do exactly that right now as FNS the last alive. Maybe not right now, Henry, but, you know, kind of now-ish. Soon-ish. Ready? 3, 2, 1, now-ish. Oh, nailed it.
Well, well, well. Complexity looking a little bit stronger here, 4-0 on the second half. And it's going to be another partial back in from TSM. Refusing to eco here, that's going to be limited itself. They do get maximum loss bonus next round, of course, but still. It's going to be $4,600 on automatic next, so it's still not going to be the maximum buy. We'll see what goes into this one. Guaranteed round 4, Complexity, you would imagine. 4 players in the B apartments, sick with the bomb as well. Automatic holding middle, but Whitmer is waiting for them. He should capitalise here. He should be able to do something massive here. Smokes will come over and flashes off. It's going to come down to that first shot. Let's see if he hits it.
Yes, he will. Whitmer with 1. Blindly fires, hoping for 2. Surreal comes back down catwalk early to try and set the crossfire position for him, but they're already lapping through the underpass. That's going to be cut off by Death. As Twist, the last to survive, manages at least 1 kill. But limited once again in their movements, 11-9. Surely, Henry. Soonish. Now-ish.
Surely.
Do you want to count it down this time?
From what?
3, 2, 1. There, see?
Perfect.
Not
well,
really. This is 0.5 off.
This is kind of nuts. It's Complexity somehow getting back into this game. I thought TSM was going to run away with this one, but winning both pistols, Complexity did win that first gun round as well. We go into number 21. No orbs once again. Semphis going to be back on towards the AKs, but they have got decent utility this time. You see smokes, flashbangs, AGs, and interesting enough, not they've got 3 of them, not 5. We'll see what the approach of the CT is going. Aggressive again. They're just being relentless right now, but they're going to be having some confrontation.
One way to put it. Twist getting the shot onto Sank, still finally a kill that could give them into the round, but Def still follows up on the aggression, and immediately that gets changed. The late Molotov out. Sick going to commit to this push down middle right now and already up toward the connector position using that bypass on the smoke at Catwalk. He doesn't commit to the stairwell. He's actually just going to sit and try and play pixely. His teammate, Automatic, gets re-smoked up at Palace, so he's going to have to push this. He's thinking about it.
Well, it's another round going in favor of Complexity, pushing up middle, getting those frags, decent exchanges. Only Sank to drops. Sick and Automatic, the last players remaining, and they are towards Palace and beneath window as well. I'm not really sure what the options are here. Someone needs to step up. It looks like it has to be Automatic. So if you can find a pick, that'll be enough distraction for Sick to come out towards connector, but...
I found out why we didn't have a replay.
Why?
Because Reese had a nosebleed, so Adam was directing.
Okay.
Sick got the shot on Def. This will start them off, try and give some movement to Automatic, but can't find the pick, and now it's pretty much all done and dusted.
Oh, good point.
It is all done and dusted. Whitmer's playing sick.
Well,
17 frags for him.
That's, what, 6-0 now in the second half. Who would have thought? Now it's going to be another partial buy from TSM. I haven't seen a single AWP yet. Sempers, I think I've seen them AWP in pretty much every single half we've cast so far, and almost limiting themselves in what these forced buys and partial buys are doing, but they're going to be doing a full A piece, it seems, at this time. Smoke's going over, but the CT's reading this very well once again. They're going to be towards that lower ramp. Two of them, in fact, Def and Android, waiting for it. They're going to get tons of kills there. This is going to be all about these guys mowing them down as XP comes in now.
First shot, Android second. Sick only managing one. This is going to be 11-11, tied up after an 11-4 half. Although I say that, and Sick is able to sneak in behind with that AWP, finds the shot on Android. There's still two smokes on the top of Jungle, but he doesn't know that both players are on that side of them, because otherwise the bomb would be grabbed, planted already. And he's left it. He's kind of missed a free kick. Didn't really bend it like Beckham, did he?
He did not.
That's the Sick, well-worn Asimov, by the way. That's the black scope.
Yeah, it does look cool. I'm all about the value.
I think these ones are actually more valuable. I think they're almost as valuable as the factory new, if I'm not mistaken.
Really? Because they look good. Is that why?
I think it's, yeah, because the black scope's got like a rarity as well.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, see, it's all black. This is actually clever. He's going to try and wrap to B on them, and they have no idea. He'll get a plant out of this for sure, but how much more can he find in the post plant?
Well, looking like he will get the bomb down here. He has an opportunity to do something with this.
Oh, that's audacious.
It's over. Now he can go towards bench. I was going to say that would be a great position, but you know what? He's going towards kitchen. That's weird because you can't see the bomb from there.
Yeah, that is weird. If you planned it in the open, you'd expect he tries to stay. Cover! They almost line up. That would have been huge. Misses both shots, though. Sick. Unfortunately, he's going to be limited. Flash, blinded up, taken down. Sanks gets him in the open.
It was a pretty deep plan, so you can actually see it from the kitchen window, but... that was kitchen door, sorry. There's going to be Complexity coming in, 2 versus 1. They did what they could there, but TSM still... 7 rounds in a row here, 11-11. I can't believe it's actually come down to this, considering how the first half went. It seems like Complexity have kind of sorted their issues out and really posted some decent numbers here. It's going to be Whitmer on 18 kills. He's leading the charge right now. And the rest of his teammates not too far behind. Def, normally one of their strongest fraggers. He obviously is on 130 ping tonight. They're just joining us. He's playing from the UK. The reasons unknown. I couldn't really tell you why, but it's happening. So deal with that, basically.
That must be fairly recent as well, because we casted him the other night and he was still located in the US of A. Yeah.
Well done. TSM now they have an AWP, finally. Lost bonus obviously at its maximum, and they got a plant down last round, so they get a happy AWP to work with. I'm sure this will not start picking up rounds now, because it makes sense. This is when they're at the strongest. Sempus is a decent AWPer. Let's see what they can do with this. Def just in that sandwich area looking towards Palace. Can't send Sick as there, but it's going to come down to the timings here. Who's going to get to the jump on one another?
Def. See how patient he can be. Let's see if TSM fall victim to their own play. On this TV, the crack above the door at Palace that's on the corner right there looks like an infection, a fungus growing on the side of it. Just thought I'd let you know.
Oh, yeah.
But here we go. They are at Tetris. One soon to be above Def, and he's trying to face this. He knows they're close, finds the first shot. That gives it away. He won't be able to double up, but he may open up the angle, catch the ball. Oh, nearly the third as well. Headshot into Semphis, and suddenly Sangst is going to be in a position to give his team the lead. Not only in this round, but also in the game after going down 11-4. Twist has to hold off 2 from the jungle position, but unfortunately they don't have a smoke to cover off Whitmer. Bomb dropped inside of the site. This is going from bad to worse for TSM.
He's a little bit lost, just holding up in defaults, not giving anything away this time. Complexity been presenting a different approach almost every single round. They've been going aggressive, then pushing that around, but now they're very passive. And it seems like TSM is getting played every single time. I think Complexity were anticipating the AWP to come out then, so just weren't giving anything away, forcing them to come towards the bomb side there. Def, as I said, strong fragger, does play that sandwich area, gets 2, even with the high ping. And now Complexity will change it up once more. They go for the double up setup this time. And we'll see how this one goes down. TSM still have enough to buy with, going for some mid-control this time, bomb towards B apartments. And Def going to be pushing off short. He was there last time, gets the first kill, looking for the double. Can't get it yet, but it's Complexity just really controlling this once again.
Six got the shot on to Def. Surreal finds Twist with a nade lobbed in from his position that we saw on toward the balcony. Things slow. Sank's going to try and evaluate out toward the catwalk. Another situation where TSM can't find an opening pick that becomes sustainable. Bomb inside of the palace still, or rather, excuse me, the B apartment still. They have to try and push forward to find it. Six cleared out window. He's made a ton of noise coming out from that ladder room, and I'm sure Sanks would have heard that from this position. He's already going to peek it. There it is. Caught with a nade out. That's careless. Why is Six standing in the open when he's down 2 men trying to throw out a smoke? Wow. Henry, the things I do not understand.
I don't understand a lot about this game, but you know what? I like it. It's fun. I'm enjoying it and seeing Complexity somehow come back from one of the most shocking terrorist halves I've seen in a while to one of the strongest, most adaptive CT halves we've seen in this whole NA section we've been casting. Not broad, I mean, as the last 3 days we've been here, I'd say it's one of the most impressive CT halves I've actually seen. It's actually how it should be played. It's actually quite refreshing. 13-11. Double up still out. And we'll see. Oh god, this buy. Can I have a look at the money, please? I kind of missed it. Here's pretty much a 4-sick and FNS going down to nothing, and automatic pretty much fully invested as well. So this is getting desperate. This is going to be Complexity map, you know, somehow.
This is it. It has to be.
Not a single round.
You know why, TSM?
So
it's because you abandoned the Canadian flag, and traitors never deserve to win.
Oh yeah, that's probably why. Well, you didn't know Android was Canadian, did you? So, got to help him out.
That's 4 players on this team that are Canadian.
2 Brits though, so
that's Complexity.
We're talking.
Oh, sorry, Andrew. Yeah. Sorry. Yes, 2 Brits, 1 Canadian. It's a Commonwealth team as well, so they might as well fly the British flag.
Yeah, I think so.
So there's no Americans playing tonight. Android going to try and hold this off right now from the backside of CT, but smoke out in front does allow a bomb down. Finally, a bomb down. Oddly enough, when they don't have guns, and Def's going to try and go on this flank. Here's automatic coming because those aren't Nikes; those are steel-toe boots. No Air Jordans. Twist gets Def back in turn, though. That's an AK picked up they can try and use in this post plant. They've got armor. They've got 2 players now with AKs as well. But a shot from Android on their Twist. Responded by Sick. They actually have a good chance at this in this crossfire. They can play the timing here quite well. Semphis has to get back in. It's already defused. They were already on that the whole time. That's ridiculous.
How did that go down?
I didn't even realize that was going down.
I haven't got the sound, so I obviously didn't, but I just... Okay. Like you said, they had decent positions, they knew where the bomb was. How is this CT just defusing? There wasn't even a smoke down. Oh, God. Matt, I can feel the anger myself for some reason. My blood's starting to boil. It was Complexity doing it to me in the first half, now TSM. This is a shocker from them. This is when you know you're out of the game. You're done for. They haven't got a single round here in the second half. Complexity is absolutely battering them. There we go then. Sig just goes for a simple play, walks out Palace. There's no real rhyme or reason to do that. But he does walk out the end and get a kill for us somehow. It's not what you'll see any European teams do, but he's going for it.
FNS up toward top of connector, smoke out. Find the shot. I take it back. Whitmer with a pistol, of course. able to walk in. Sick gets one in turn. Sempis, though, watching, finally gets surreal. A little bit impatient and looking for information. That opens the B side up entirely. And this time, TSM has to win this round. They have to get this round. Sick with a good shot onto Sanks.
Yes.
Android, late rotation with the AWP.
Finally arriving in the second half there after, what, a 10-0 deficit. TSM going to pick up their first round. Android now. AWP might as well try and do some economical damage here. It's going to be Sick, the player. Like, there was no tactic there, Matt. There was no route. Nothing I can tell you what they did was different. Sick just walked to the end of Palace and got lucky with the timing. He found the first kill, and then he got some rotation kills as well. It wasn't really like TSM had just adjusted and did something really cool and got himself around. That's all he did. He just walked to the end of Palace and got a bit lucky. Like I said, most European teams will have someone watching that and they'll just blast him from jungle or steps. It's very unlikely that would be working. But there you go. They do arrive. 14-12. Obviously, the CTs still have a lot of cash here, but it's not as strong as I'd have thought. They go to double orbs, and this probably would reset them if they were to lose it. So if TSM can win this round, they're back in the driving seat and actually control the money situation. Let's see how it goes down. As we're into round number 27, I thought this was going to be like a 16-5.
Yeah, I really did as well. After what we saw in the first half, I thought this was done and dusted. Android with an AWP getting close on Shadow. Okay, I'll give it to you on balcony. Issue is that holding an angle like this, if he doesn't face the wall, it's a longer gun barrel than what you normally see in this corner, so it can be spotted. Bomb down intentionally at T-spawn. Look how passive and hesitant they are, TSM. They haven't even gone beyond the courtyard of the B apartments. They haven't peeked middle. They're just waiting at key. And, I mean, the aggressive stance inside of it that they have to confront from complexity.
Well then, very slow passive play. Android has made his way towards the Palace with the AWP, looking for that first pick, and it doesn't seem like TSM have an objective right now. They're waiting for CTs to make the first move. That's just not going to happen, but the time is ticking away. They need to decide where they're going with this. They haven't shown any presence towards middle, towards B. They're just looking like they're going to go for an execute here, which probably won't work. You can't just go into a tactic without showing your hand anywhere else on the map. It's not going to pull any rotations away. And with Android up here, they'll probably find his first kill, unless Twist can really dance around him. We'll see what happens. Dead.
Shocking, isn't it? Now they have control of Palace to turn this against them when they try and go in and get a bomb plant as well. 19 seconds. They have to execute. Def, just climb the ladder. A reverse fire pole, if you will, because he gets away from the flames, but Sick finds him nonetheless. And Sempis gets Android. All right, now they've got a chance. Bomb goes down. Good shot from Whitmer, though. Sempis gone. AWP dropped, and surreal spots evidence. Duffy gets a shot onto him. Sick's able to find it in turn. And now they've got an issue. It's 1 versus 2, and Whitmer has just a USP to work with. Knows evidence is out toward main, but TSM's going to hold on. This is typical, isn't it? You lose, lose, lose until you win.
I said that was a big round for TSM, and they've actually broken the money of the CTs now. So this will tie things up at 14-14. The CT shouldn't be buying too much into this. You can see Surreal with quite a lot of cash. He'll be going for a CZ. I think he's dropped over something as well. I just want to invest 1,000, so he probably drops a couple of other pistols for his teammates. But still, yeah, TSM, like I said, that's a very strange approach to Mirage. Just hold up, do nothing, and then do a execute. Obviously, if you hit the shots, it's going to work out in some capacity. But Twist now takes the kill on towards Def. CT's not really going for a full stack. You're going to be pushing down towards lower ramp. It's going to be Android finding that kill on towards Sempis, and that should be the AWP, if I'm not mistaken. He does get the AWP. So maybe he can do something with this. Ooh, that could have made things interesting, but he's going to go down. Sanks finds a kill with the Desert Eagle, taking an automatic. But he will be the last and remaining counter-terrorist.
Counter-terrorist.
Do not win this time.
I like how you give it a sophisticated term.
Which term?
Counter-terrorist. I just call it defense, CT, you know. I keep it simple.
Offense.
Offense and defense, baby. Yeah. So 14-14. I hear beeping too.
Yeah. Beeping
I'm
in a building like
sniffing.
this is
I'm
never a good sign.
Do we smell smoke, Henry?
Can we find out if there's a fire? Because I don't want to burn for an ACS. I'd rather live. It's gone. Okay.
It is gone, but that concerns me more now. It is actually a fire alarm going off. Reese has confirmed. But you know what he told me? He didn't say, go to break, we have to get out of the building. He said, cut to break once the game finishes.
Brilliant.
If this goes to overtime, we're dead.
So
we are so dead if this goes to
They've probably
overtime.
left. They're probably, yeah, Matt and Henry will be fine. Those guys are strong. They'll be all right. They'll be fine.
They're sending someone to our desk to investigate. Okay, cool. I can tell you there's no fire in here. Oh, front desk. Oh, I'm sorry. You just called me an idiot. Reese is out of control right now. He wants us dead, and he called me an idiot.
14-14 has come right down to the wire here. TSM have found the last 3 rounds somehow after a pretty desperate terrorist performance so far from both teams, to be fair. We're going to number 29. This one will be quite decisive. And complexity back onto the single AWP here. Of course, Whitmer will be the one wielding it. And we'll see what his next move is. It's going to be Sanks towards middle. And once again, TSM in this slow defensive hold, not really obtaining any real estate on the map, but Whitmer looking at his dog take, could get it as well. Takes down Sempis, nice work from him, can readjust himself, maybe go out to aim, maybe towards middle, and that's the idea of these top orbits. You want to be just all over the place, not being predictable. You don't want to stick around after you made your first shot. But Sick now, once again, walking out Palace.
That's a bit odd. FNS getting the jump on Def, but he holds the angle. Sticking behind the firebox, has to get forced away from a good Molotov, but he finds a shot on it. Def transfers it over, finds Sanks as well. And TSM coming to life late. It might be their map point after all, but it is still a 3 versus 3. And Android has done well to lurk deep inside of the site, creeps up the right wall. Has the shot back into Sick. Bomb at the top of the A main stairs right now, but it's alone. It's left away from his teammate. Automatic just going to come back in through connector now.
The player pushing off short as well with the CT, so I'm assuming he may have spotted the connector player. It's still a 3-on-2. Android is surreal low HP, and the bomb still yet to be planted. That's all the sandwich for now. And see, Android can hear probably the footsteps here. The bomb will be planted. Spraying through, doing what he can. Not going to be able to find the kill just yet. Decent plant, but it's automatically going down to the hands of Whitmer. And now it's all up to Twist. We've been calling out how impressed we have been by him by map, but let's see what he can do here. Can be stuck towards jumping.
He's got a chance. Bomb still ticking, still planted for him. Has the information, knows where both are. Smartly smokes off the Molotov. Knows that it's a fake, but commits too far. Surreal finds him inside of it. And he's got lots of time. Complexity instead will get map point. And Henry, if we go to overtime, we might die.
It's getting a bit warm in here now as well.
Okay, don't do that.
It
It's your
actually
mind
is.
playing tricks on you.
It actually is getting kind of warm.
It's because I'm actually just looking great today.
Yeah, that new shirt you've got, I like it.
Thank you.
I'd like to own something like that one day.
You, if you're lucky, could own something like this someday. I've worn it now. It's worth more.
Yeah. Let me see how many Twitter followers you've got. I just want to see if I can...
What does that mean? Are you comparing yours to mine? I mean, I didn't give away a dragon lore and a bunch of knives, okay?
Ooh.
So, just think about that.
Yeah. Very hot in here now.
Very hot. Sweating hot. Sick. Takes down Def. Automatic is going to follow up down middle to try and get toward connector fast. There's no one inside a window. They've gone away from it again. It's Whitmer that plays passive, and he's going to rotate towards CT stairs because there is no one else in a position where they can really try and do much with this.
Oh, there's the man advantage.
We can confirm there is no fire.
Okay, that's good to know.
See, I told you it wasn't getting hot in here. It's just me.
I'm still getting hot. 15-14. 4 players remaining for the CTs. Android on 5 HP. And he's actually, they're convinced this is a B play. You can see all the terrorists making their way towards A. And this should be going to overtime. I think we've seen a lot of overtimes in this NACS region so far. And been almost every single game it feels like we see at least one.
Yeah. Not really. The first 2 nights were pretty convincing. Last night we saw a lot of overtimes. This time Whitmer going to take down Sick, bring it back to 4 versus 4. He has Sempis, as well. And this starts to look very good for Whitmer, but he gets slightly too far out, and FNS is able to find him from the edge of the palace. And as the bomb drops into the site, they should be able to get the plant out of this. Automatic pushes forward. He cuts off 1. Responded by Sank. Still a chance. 2 versus 2, but look at the HP. So low. 5 and 12. And inside of the smoke, they're going to push through this. This is going to easily catch off Android. But he gets the shot, holds the angle. And now the problems occur for Twist. But he does have bomb planted. He can just try and hold this. Android going to have to walk out eventually. Overcommitment from the AK. Couldn't find the first shot. Now he switches it back out, and he's going to reload and prepare for Sanks, who's going to try and tap this. No, he's going to hold. He's definitely going to hold. With low HP, he's going to try to hold, but it's overtime on a single tap from Twist.
There it is. So, to be honest, it was...
Fire belt.
Fire bell,
Overtime belt. Yeah,
yeah,
there it is.
So it just seemed like that was who could be the worst at terrorist side. And it seems like they're very evenly matched in that respect. So it's going to be overtime.
I don't know who's worse, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, at least TSM won more gun rounds.
Yep, true.
That might look better in overtime where you don't have to play with the
To be
pistols.
fair, though, I was actually very impressed with Complexity's approach on the CT side. That was actually, from what we saw in the first half, I looked like they're out of that game completely. But they actually stepped up. They had some really good calls and different approaches. Like we saw the aggression towards middle. We saw the palace pushes, the AWPs and stuff. They were going passive at the right times. So that was actually great to see them bounce back after an abysmal first half. Obviously, as you said, deaths on high ping. But still, the terrorist approach was pretty shoddy. Same goes with TSM, to be honest. They were kind of trying to run defaults when they didn't get anything for it, or just waiting for aggression. If nothing happens, nothing came towards their crosshairs. They just went towards straight up A-take, which is not really advised. You need to be showing some presence on the map, looking for a pick, baiting out some of the CT utility first, just so you actually have a stronger chance of finding picks there. But, you know, like I said, it's like it was the worst on the terrorist side. And we found out no one.
I'm going to go with Complexity.
Yeah?
Because they won the pistol in 3 rounds, but only 1 gun. And TSM got more gun rounds.
TSM bad bell.
Bad bell? Terrorist side bell.
Terrorist side bad bell.
Terrorist. I can't say words correctly because like this cold I've got is just like latched onto all of my nasal cavities in the back and I can't get air through my throat. It's really annoying. That said, we're going to go live here in like about 10 seconds, Henry. Do you have any other thoughts you want to address?
Well, now it's a chance for TSM. Their money situation on the terrorist side was pretty poor to open things up. Now they'll be able to get the AWPs out straight away. And hopefully, I think they're the better team here, I say overall. So I'm going to say they're going to win. But who knows? Who the hell knows? It's on ICS map. With players of 130 ping, who knows what's going to happen?
This is what I think about this game. I'm just not even, I can't. It's a Bob Ross masterpiece.
It's really hot now. I'm going to start stripping for you guys.
It's all right.
Oh, let's get out of these clothes.
Yes, please do. Now when he goes to the wide shot that shows the whole studio, that's going to be on the floor.
He just can't go to the wide shot then, basically.
Sorry, Reese, wrecked the show. That said,
someone can come in and win a game. That's fine. Bye.
That's fine. That said, 15-15 overtime starts now. MR3, 10K. AWP bought out already for Sempus, as well as for Whitmer on the opposing side. And Whitmer's gone aggressive with his AWP purchase because much like Sempus, he's gone full utility. He's left with $2,900. So we often talk about this. The third round can get a little bit desperate in situations when you buy into it that heavily, but Serial pushes up, catches automatic immediately.
Yep, well, we have seen a lot of CT aggression coming this time. TSM have been preparing for it most rounds, but this time it's just the one player that's automatically gets dropped by Serial, one of the other British pickups for Complexity. And we go into this interesting situation. Sick has somehow got himself towards Sandwich, undetected now. This could be big. He's going to be potentially finding 2 frags here. He's not really coming in straight away, goes for that first frag, and now he's going to make this happen.
He's going to try, holds the angle, finds it as well. Patience pays off as Android overcommits to the peak. Surreal wants to tap him away, but he's going to come from catwalk. That's bombed down. He just needs to get this kill on Sempus, and it would have been a job done. But Sempus regrabs it, still has the AWP, and he's going to try and take matters into his own hands because 6 so low on HP can't afford to get caught in this plant. Which does mean that the AWP is trapped on top of the site, and 6 going to play this from connector instead. Flash out from jungle does blind Sempus to start things off, but Whitmer clears firebox. That's going to give away that he was coming from CT, so Sempus has that read now. But needs to be careful on his peak. He overcommits to it, and Whitmer goes down. Rather, it takes him down, and there's going to be Sanks to follow it up. That's a quick kill, and another quick round for Complexity. I shouldn't say quick. It wasn't that quick, but it is the first in overtime.
Say it anyway, then.
I'm
only joking, Matt. You don't have to explain
You're mean.
yourself.
My mind hurts.
Anyway, Complexity once again. Great calls from them, going for that aggressive play towards middle. It's Surreal. As I'm mentioning, he's one of the other new pickups, relatively unknown player in terms of legacy. British Counter-Strike players is one of the hot talents. He's been misplayed over to America. He's picked up one of those initial kills, falls back. That completely takes TSM out of the round in terms of their initial approach. They're forced to go towards A, but Sick did what he could with that double frag, but nice retake from Complexity in the end. We go into round number 2. It is MR3 10K. Sempus back on the orb. What can you do here?
What can you say about that?
Well, about what exactly?
The smoke and the gap and Sempus being able to get on top of the boxes, Henry. It's just so beautiful. But he can't tap it in. He does get the shot on Whitmer, who thinks, all right, you've tagged him, I'll finish him off. But the wombo combo 1-2 punch tag team does not work.
Wombo combo.
Smoke out for FNS to try and work with, but there's a gap inside of that, massive gap inside of that. It's quiet, isn't it?
It's very quiet, Matt, if you don't mind me saying.
That's how I like it.
Round 2, complexity, and disadvantage this time when it has dropped. Sempis still a little tiny, but that's a grenade! Oh no! Oh my goodness.
Oh, all too easy. Def's gonna come back out, and it suddenly swings. That first pick Sempis grabbed suddenly haunts them as at 11 HP, and a single grenade on the corner takes him down, followed up by automatic dropping. Thanks through the smoke, nearly finds another, does get the headshot on FNS above the smoke on top of Tetris. And Six gonna push back through it, he's cut them off, he tries to spray transfer, it just holds the trigger down, but Sanks gets the better of him. And it's on the Twist. He's gone a little bit quiet since the big impact that he did have on the CT side, and it's another round for complexity. 2 in a row, here comes the problems for TSM's economy.
Well, they did get 2 bombs down, so that's an extra $1,600 coming in, so it shouldn't be like horrible. Yeah, it's okay. So one player.
This is screwed because
so
he's
the author, of course. So like the other guys, they haven't managed to buy just for those bomb plans. So he'll be going into Tech 9, presumably. Automatic could drop a little, maybe he's not going to do that. So it's going to be Deagle for Sempis. To be fair, his AWP hasn't had massive of impact on this overtime. But 2-0 for complexity. Their CD half has not been the problem. Is when they go over to the terrorist half, I feel like this overtime potentially could go on forever, Matt. So we'll see.
What is that smoke?
What
Just like the continuous gaps on A main.
I haven't noticed. There are some flaws in the Mirage game.
Oh, you're right. I haven't noticed. You're right. Sanks inside this site. I don't know what you washed this shirt with, but it smells fantastic. Sanks gonna get another shot on to set this third as well. And a fourth as he gets Twist. That was reactive. Can't find the last one with the 5-7, but it would have been a pretty electric ace inside of overtime. It's gonna be surreal instead. All 3 rounds go to complexity. But now the same is gonna happen for TSM.
18-15, but yes, you're absolutely right. They're going to go on the CT side, and the complexities their terror side was arguably worse here. They won the pistol and only got to 1 gun round. So let's see what they can bring to the table. Obviously, money reset. They can kind of go in knowing they just need to win 1 round. That's actually quite a refreshing thought because they can just go, do you know what, guys, should we just rush B? Should we just rush B 3 times in a row? We're bound to win once, surely. Let's just do something. Let's get really loose. Let's send Def in first with his 130 ping. That's what I'd be calling it. Let's just keep it simple. Our defaults are atrocious. Let's just try and just run in, use our aim, and maybe just do a very basic execution. But we're going to take some time here. Use all the time you have, guys. Work out the next move. What is your prediction there, Matt? Do you think they can get the 3-0 TSM?
Yes.
Good. Well, I'm glad you're on Team TSM, Team Canada.
TSM has 1 more gun rounds on their T side. Then would you stop it? I was talking.
I'm on Team UK.
I've noticed.
So I've got to be. It'd be rude not to be. Second half of overtime. It's going to be TSM on the double orb setup. Of course, Sempis and automatic wielding as weapons, and we're going in. Let's see what complexity's approach is there. They are sending 4 players towards the B apartments. Maybe this will just be the simple B rush. Def towards the top of the mid. He's got the AK in hand, automatically looking for that pick.
Smoke.
Yeah.
You can do it. You can do this.
I can do it?
Nah, just kidding. I'm going to do a Twist. Playing the off angle by the van instead, has automatic on toward Catwalk, who can quickly swing back and try and support, but it's with an AWP. So he has to hit the window shots. This is where if they wanted to execute, if they didn't have someone coming down Catwalk, if they had the smoke lined up for it, you can actually drop one inside of that first arch, which would cut off that AWP in this position. But it's not thrown, so neither here nor there, and there it's going to allow automatic to get the first kill. Twist lines up the second. TSM, here we go. Back onto the CT side and back into the winning column.
Once again, no defaults coming in here, just straight up, let's run through B smoke and fire, and you can see the CTs didn't really have to work with it.
I mean, what's the point in buying utility if all 5 players are going to die with it still on their belt? Look, there's 1 Molotov still on the ground. I'm sure I saw a smoke grenade there as well.
It's just a lack of understanding of how to play the map right now. I would hate to be brutally honest, but
that's what we're here for.
It's just they need to be doing default at the start. You need to push the CDs back, make them use their utility. You shouldn't be running through 3 smokes and Molotovs in the floor and taking all the damage and running out 1 by 1 through the window. That's just not how the round should be going down. You should be pushing them back, challenging them, getting them questioning their setup. They shouldn't have 3 players there waiting for you as you execute onto the site. It's obviously a learning process. This team is still relatively young. I'm sure they'll bring more to the table, but they're terrorists. It seems that the CT side great. Let's not be completely destructive here. I'd like to be constructive and say the CT side looked like they did a lot of work in it, but really good control of them. The calls are really solid as well, but the terrorist side needs a lot of work here.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with you. I concur.
Good.
I just don't feel like arguing with you.
Well, then we go into the second round here. TSM do find one. We need two more, though. It's looking like an execution coming in here once again. Actually, this is better, though. Def has got control of the connector, so they actually have got some real estate before they're doing execution. And when they finds the first kill as well, it's something to do here. So we find 4, 6 drops, and so they got the nest.
Real in, gets the shot as well. This could be it. Complexity looking solid, but suddenly it turns. Twisted automatic finding kills in return. And Twist is going to fall back down in that connector position. Automatic has to Molotov off on the bomb to try and deny. But as it does get planted, Complexity still have a chance in this late situation. It's Twist with the AK that's tapping, trying to bait them out, but soon they have to go. And it's a kid on both. They've got some time, but single flash. It's already thrown. It's already been deployed out toward Tetris and Automatic. Already going to be the one to face this. Is going to get taken down surely in this crossfire. One in the sight, one towards CT. Whichever way he looked, it was going to be wrong. And Twist will get triangulated. Gets one, makes it interesting, finds a way. But this is already ticking too quickly.
Or is it?
GG.
Or is it, Matt?
GG.
Or is it?
GG.
Yeah, well then.
Don't argue with me, Henry.
I wasn't really arguing, just trying to make it exciting. But you know.
Don't argue with me, Henry.
Complexity. Take the first map. There it is. They managed to get one together. We thought that could go on forever, considering the T-sides we saw in regulation time, but they get it together, simple execution. It was okay. They actually had some positioning there. Instead of having all 5 players in one position, Def got towards connector. That was the missing factor they had in the actual first 15 rounds. Hi, Anke. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah, please, by all means.
This is going to be...
Don't hold back.
I mean, I could be optimistic here and say how these teams, you know, maybe knew how they play on the CT side, so went for this individual gas call.
Right.
I mean, this is like, why? It's okay, obviously this is really bad, but why is it bad? You know, not just to trash, not just to trash like NACS, you know. It's, you can see, apparently Sick is the new Stewie 2K because the guy just decides to walk through smokes at his own. Well, you know, it's not even the problem. Okay, so his teammates are towards mid, right? So maybe they give him the call, a guy's in connector, so he knows there's only one player on the A bomb side somewhere playing probably passively, but you are by yourself there. There's no other player in ramp or A apps to trade with you, so you're just taking a huge risk. You have no idea. That player might be anywhere. He might be really close. He might be in the sandwich, as we saw.
Yeah, that's
like about 10 times someone was there, right? So he just goes. And yeah, sometimes one round it worked. He got 2 kills and they won the round. Yeah. Next time he just dies. You know, unnecessarily. It just doesn't make any sense in the grand scheme of things, right? It's just a bunch of individual plays instead of having a game plan, instead of having something to go off from, like, let's take mid control, let's try and force them into some positions, get into connector, and then all together with connector, ramp, and apps, try and push the A site at the same time, and then you can, you know, you push even through a smoke because your teammates are pushing as well, and someone's going to get the trade kill.
But surely, like I said, their CT sides, both teams were actually pretty solid, especially Complexity. I actually was enjoying some of their ideas and their approaches. They were changing things up, they were keeping things dynamic, but the terrorist side, they weren't even doing the basics in terms of, like, everyone knows, like, smoking off towards connector on the CT side, smoking towards a window, you get a player in towards ladder room, that's real estate games, right? Then you can go into an execution from that point. Then you can actually say, okay, I can hear footsteps from CTs, I've pushed them back from window, I've got control of jungle as well, we can't have as much control there. That's a really basic setup, right? But they were just going, holding really defensive, waiting for a CT push, and then all 5 would just trickle back to A and do an execution. That's not going to bait out any utility, that's not going to do anything. And not yet, like you said, if someone steps up and goes crazy, you're going to win a round eventually. But it seemed that when players like Sick were just walking out of Palace at the very start of the round, like, that's not a thing, right? That's against NA, you just get blasted by anyone. You just can't just walk out crouching and, I've killed someone.
No one's going to expect this. Yeah. Always, I got this.
Yeah, it's just like, that's not a thing. It's like, it worked out once because it's just a weird thing to do, I guess. But.
And also at times you can just tell that so much time passes without anything happening on the map. Yeah. I mean, without teams just standing in B apps waiting for smokes to pass, right? And sometimes the CTs would actually get good info and then rotate and just, you know, obliterate them basically when they go for that execute. The other times it's okay, boys, let's go back to A. The teams look just so lost at times because at the calls they're making, you cannot say that they're based off of anything except the guy having a feeling, I guess, or a hunch.
Yeah, basically. Well, to be fair, I hope we're being objective here.
No, totally. I mean, I don't disagree with a lot of it. Sick as well.
Yeah.
You do notice it. He lurks in really weird ways, and the one round it works is when he gets the AWP deep inside the site and turns it back, but most times he was getting caught off guard.
Also basic stuff like the I mean, you guys were harping on it, but it's because it's a really, you know, even if you don't molly it, you can just check it and have a player holding that angle, right? That people are getting caught off guard too much, but by some pretty standard things.
That's that's a position that maybe can get you one kill, like it's one you chuck in every now and then when you know things are going to be crazy. It's a full execution coming in, you can drop in there, but 2 or 3 rounds in a row, you shouldn't be finding multiple frags there, which is a problem. Like it's just like I said, Complexity, a very new team. And I'm sure they'll work on these things. They can watch it.
Well, we hope they do. We do move to Dust 2 next, just quickly because we have to go to a break. Thankfully, we didn't have to go to a break because of a fire.
That was funny.
Yeah, funny for you.
Putting the auto director on, boys.
Yeah, see you later. Out of here. Yeah, thanks. We were just going to stay down and go down with the ship. Thoughts on Dust 2 really quickly. We've seen Complexity play this a few nights ago. If I'm not mistaken, we saw TSM play it last night.
Yeah.
Was it in their map pool last
night?
It
was the decider one.
This is where Semphis looked really strong on Dust 2. I feel like this is TSM's map. I feel like they're the better unit overall. Obviously didn't show it then, Complexity coming out on top, but the fact is obviously the def on high ping, playing from the UK and stuff, and I feel like TSM are a decent package. I think that was just a bad map for them. I think they kind of forgot how to play in certain instances. I'm not sure who the caller is in that team. I assume it's Semphis.
Or I mean, Semphis probably plus Valence as the coach.
Valence as coach would probably do most of it, I assume. Semphis would have mid-game, I think, but I don't think he'd be calling defaults.
Well, mid-game was the problem for me, to be honest. So Dust 2 is a much simpler match in terms of those sort of approaches. You can actually, I think, across the board, I think TSM have more talent available, although Complexity have got some great players. I think like it's a joke for the UK guys to, obviously everyone says UK scene is trash and stuff, but I think the UK guys are showing some talent available here. I think they are going to become great players eventually. Maybe not in the next few months, but you can see there's definitely something to work with there. But Dust 2, I think TSM are the better overall package right now.
Definitely, it's going to take a huge individual performance from the Complexity guys to be able to take them. In the end, we have to remember that Mirage was Complexity's pick, so you know they kind of had to win that one to have a chance in this best of 3.
Break bell. See you after.